When you look at a map, you're usually seeing roads, cities, the stuff on the surface. But what if a map could show you what's underneath? We're talking about real treasure. Today, we're going on a treasure hunt, and this map is our guide to some incredible hidden wealth. So, what kind of treasures are we talking about here? And where exactly are they hiding? Well, that's what we're here to find out. We're about to dive into a map that's basically a blueprint for some seriously massive untapped riches. Okay, so here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll look at the treasure map itself. Then we've got to figure out how to read it, right? We'll zoom in on the main hotspot, Balochistan, and then see what other goodies are scattered around. And finally, we'll wrap up by talking about what all this potential really means. All right, let's get into it. It's time to pull back the curtain and show you our guide for this whole adventure. And there it is. This is our treasure map. I mean, just look at it. Every single little symbol you see here, it points to something valuable buried way down deep. It's amazing, really. This one image tells a huge story about potential and just, wow, a lot of abundance. Okay, but like any good treasure map, right? It's got its own secret language. You can't just look at it and know everything. To find the goods, we've got to crack the code. So let's jump in and start decoding these symbols. If you look up in the top left corner, you'll see the legend. And man, it is packed with info. We're talking over 20 different types of valuable minerals. Now, to make this a little easier to digest, let's just break them down into a couple of key groups. First up, you've got the heavy hitters, the precious and industrial metals. We're talking things like gold, copper, obviously huge, but also iron. I mean, that's the backbone of pretty much all modern construction. Then you have these really critical industrial metals, things like lead, zinc, chromite, which is essential for stainless steel, and even uranium. This stuff is all incredibly high value and absolutely essential for our technology and industry. But the treasure isn't just about metals, not at all. The map also points us to some super important construction and energy resources. Everything from coal to these huge deposits of salt and gypsum, which are used in all sorts of industries. It's this diversity that's really the key here to understanding the full mineral potential of the country. Okay, so now that we basically know how to read the map, where's it pointing us? Where's the big X that marks the spot? Well, the map is pretty darn clear about it. We're zooming in on the province of Balochistan. This place is the mother lode. And this is why we're starting here. Just take a look at the southwestern part of the map. See that? The region is just jam-packed with those little mineral symbols. It's the densest cluster on the whole map. It's basically the epicenter of all this mineral wealth. So let's break this incredible region down a bit, starting up in the north. The map flags the northern Balochistan Basin as a super important area. You can see the symbols all clustered up around Quetta, and those tell us there are deposits of chromite, barite, and lead zinc right there. Okay, let's head a bit further south. Now we're in the central Balochistan Basin. The map actually calls this a magmatic arc, which is basically a geological hotspot. Think of it like a place where intense volcanic activity has cooked up this perfect cocktail of high-value metals. And yep, sure enough, we see the symbols for copper, gold, iron, and sulfur, especially in those Chagai and Rasko arcs. And to finish our little tour of this treasure-packed province, we land in the southern Balochistan Basin. Down here, the map is highlighting key industrial minerals, things like fluorite and gypsum, over in the Makran and Siahan Basin. I mean, from north to south, the entire province is just loaded with all kinds of different resources. It's incredible. But hold on, the treasure hunt doesn't end in Balochistan. Not by a long shot. It's actually spread out far and wide, and our map is going to guide us to some other pretty significant finds all across the country. So let's take a look at the riches beyond the hotspot. And this is a really key point. This wealth is distributed all over the country. This little table gives you a quick snapshot. You look at the Suleiman Fold Belt, you've got coal, uranium, gypsum. Over in the Kirthar Fold Belt, you've got silicite and fuller earth. And then up in the NWFP region in Punjab, you're seeing magnesite, phosphate, salt, and even more coal. It really shows you that this is a truly national resource base. So we've followed the map, we've cracked the code, we've pinpointed the treasures. The big question now is, so what? What does this all actually mean? For our final section, let's get into what it would take to unlock all this potential. There's this saying that I think frames this perfectly. A map shows what's possible, not what's guaranteed. And that's exactly what we've been looking at here, right? A blueprint of what's possible, a geological guide to just immense wealth. So, if there's one thing to take away from all this, what is it? Is that this map reveals this huge, diverse portfolio of mineral resources. We're talking about significant geological wealth that's spread out across the entire country. And that really brings us to our final big thought. This map, it shows the raw potential. It's like having all the ingredients for incredible economic prosperity just sitting there, waiting under the ground. So the most important question, the one we'll leave you with, is this. What does it actually take to harness all of that? Definitely something to think about.